So last week, my husband and I took a trip to Nashville, which is about 2 hours away for us. No big deal. We go there all the time. I had an appointment, and I'm not going to tell you what my appointment was for because that's going to be a whole video. What I am going to tell you in today's video is what we did, where we ate, an amazing restaurant, and we did some shopping. I bought things in Loft, Eve, and my husband bought a bunch of stuff in Abercrombie and Fitch men's. So this is going to be a combination video of some storytelling, some great food, and some shopping all combined into one. So starting off, we got up early, drove to Nashville, 2-hour drive, went to my appointment. It was in downtown Nashville. No big deal. We knew when we were finished with the appointment, we wanted to do a little shopping. Then we had a dinner reservation at 5:30 on kind of the other side of town. So when we go shopping, we always go to Green Hills Mall, and we always park at Macy's. And when we walk in, we're staring right at the Loft, which is one of my favorite stores. So in the Loft, they were having a sale. Everything was 30% off, and they had sent me an additional 20% off coupon. So I was like, this is big news, bingo. So we go inside, and if you are a Loft shopper, you know they have a line of clothing called Lou and Gray. It is like their soft kind of luxury clothing that they've had for years. I love it. Lou and Gray makes a material that is amazing. I don't even know how to describe it to you. It is so soft. It is called Signature Soft, and every year I get something in their Signature Soft line. I've had dresses, I've had sweats, I've had just little sweatshirts, you know, all the things over the years. And so we walked in, and my husband was with me, and he loves to go in the Loft. He actually likes to help me shop. He will find things and pick them up and say, what about this? What about this? Or he'll help me get sizes. So he beelined over to the Lou and Gray Signature Soft. So I told you all in an earlier video, I was looking for the perfect joggers. So we're standing in the Lou and Gray section. I found the perfect jogger. I found a little Signature Soft. It's kind of like a matching set, but not really. I had an armload full of stuff. I had several different pairs of pants. I honestly didn't try on that many like blouses or tops. I guess because it is late August, early September, they're kind of like in between, and I didn't really see anything in there that caught my eye. But I had an armload of stuff. I went into the dressing room, and I did film some footage in the dressing room. I'm going to show you everything that I tried on, and some of the things didn't fit me right. I had to come home and order other sizes, and other things did fit. So I thought it would be helpful to show you what I was trying on. I'll tell you what size I ended up getting, and then I'm going to also shoot footage at my house here now that all the items have arrived in the proper size, and show you what it looks like on me the way it's supposed to fit. But in Loft's dressing room, the lighting was not fabulous, and the mirror, I was doing like selfie versions of videos. The mirror was actually not great. It had some fuzz on it, so I apologize for the horrible quality, but we were in a hurry. We only had about 2.5, 3 hours to spend at the mall because we had to do some shopping. There were lots of places we wanted to go. Then we had to get to the other side of town for a dinner reservation, which we're gonna get to. So in the Loft, the very first thing I put on was the Lou and Gray black jogging pants with the white stripe down the side. I fell in love with these. They only had them in a medium, and they were too big for me. And I am so upset because the sales lady who was in the dressing room helping me went online. She was going to order them for me, didn't have my size. And even this morning, my size is completely sold out. So I'm watching their website every day, hoping that they restock a small, because I think the small would fit me like a dream. The medium was just a little too baggy, but if you wear a medium, large, extra large, you need to grab these joggers. These are the absolute perfect joggers. The little cute stripe down the side just makes them something rather than a black jogger. They're made of that great kind of, I call it paper pants. I don't even know what it is, but they're not fuzzy, they're not thick, they're just that great weight of kind of like an athleisure material. I'm dying to get my hands on these pants. The next thing that I tried on was this little set. This is a sweatshirt in the signature soft line, and there are matching sweat pants, kind of jogger style pants. They do taper in at the bottom, and this is the material that you just have to feel it to believe it. You can see how soft this is. It almost reminds me of a great kind of like worn in sweatshirt, but softer. It is not super thick. The fuzz, the fleece on the inside is not piled really high. This is a great thickness to wear into fall. When it's winter, you can still wear it. I would probably put on a little tank or t-shirt underneath it just to give it a little bit more thickness. The sweatshirt arms are kind of skinny at the bottom, so I can push them up, which is something, it's an absolute must for me on a sweatshirt. I cannot stand things that hang long on my arm, and these pushed up perfectly. And the top has a little slit on the side. Not too big and not too small. This little set fit me like a dream. So first I put on the size small. I thought, well, it fit, but it was just a little, I don't know, a little bit too fitted. I wanted to have a little bit more room and a little bit more of a slouchy look. And so I sized up to a medium in both pieces. And that was what I ended up buying in this gorgeous kind of a heathered purple. So this has almost a black heathered look to it. And then I got the same exact set in solid black. So there were other colors in the store and even more colors online. There's like an off-white, there's a navy blue, there's a baby blue. I think there was a color called thyme green or sage green or something like that. But this set is so comfortable. I'm going to be wearing it with my cute little sneakers that I've been telling you all about. I will wear this around the house barefoot. This is going to be like, I'm just obsessed with this set. It can be a lounge set. It can be a going out set. Now, it is not a set like you're not going to be going to a nice restaurant in this. Don't get me wrong. But if you're running out for a quick bite to eat, or you're going to the little Mexican place up the street, or going to the grocery store, this is it for me. The next thing that I bought in the store, and actually I tried it on in the store, they didn't have my size. They ordered it for me in the store and it arrived yesterday, and I'm wearing it right now. It is these little bungee pants, and they're called bungee because on the waist there is an actual bungee cord. That's how you tighten up the waist of the pants. So imagine not really a drawstring, it's a true bungee, and it has that little bungee on the side, and you can just tighten it up. And these pants are that paperish material, like a really nice version of the paper material. I truly don't know what this stuff is, but I love it. And these are supposed to be, and they are, a wide leg pant. These are pants you can dress up, you can dress down. You can wear them as sweats. You can be slouchy. You can be casual. You can be cute. You can wear them to work. You can wear them on the weekend. Like, these are the most amazing all around pant. So in the store, I tried on a medium, a regular length medium. That was all they had. And you can see in the video here, way too big, but they are supposed to be oversized. So when the sales lady was looking at these online and was going to order them for me, they were available in petites, but the loft that I was in was kind of a smaller size store, and they didn't have any in the petite for me to try them on. So she was telling me, instead of getting a small petite, which is a size down, and then petite, she recommended I order the extra small petite. And that made sense because the medium regulars were really, 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 really big. The small petite is actually what I have on right now, and they do fit great, but they're just a little bit too short and maybe just a little bit too hiked up in the crotch. I mean, they feel good, they look cute, but by the time I put on my sneakers, which is when I'm going to wear these with this winter and fall, I feel like I'm going to need a little bit more length on the pants. So I'm going to hang on to the extra small petites. And this morning I have already ordered a small petite. So once it arrives, and Loft is like really quick with shipping. These pants arrived like 3 days after I was actually in the store and they ordered them for me. So after I have the other size here, I'm going to put them both on, and I really think the small petite is what's going to be perfect. I don't remember if these pants came in different colors or not. And for everything I'm wearing, I will list the size and the color that I have down in the description box along with the link. So there are two ways that you can shop this video if you see something that you like. Number one, all the links are in the description box below the video, and I will take those links and I'll pin them into the top comment underneath the video. So all you have to do is find what you're looking for, click, and it will open up in your browser. I also put one link for each store, so you can tap there and see everything that I bought in on one screen, so you don't have to kind of browse around. The other way that you can shop is through YouTube shopping. And some of these items I was able to link through YouTube shopping, and others I was not able to link through YouTube shopping. And depending on whether you're watching me on your television, a mobile device, or a tablet, you will see kind of a scrolling icon either underneath the video or beside the video. So as I'm talking about a certain item, it will show that item to you. And the really cool thing about YouTube shopping, when you click on that item, you can continue to watch this video and the shopping will open up on the side so you don't miss anything about the video or lose your place, which is super cool. So I want to show you all something that I did order from the loft earlier this year, and I just started kind of sharing it with you once we got into late summer. It is available on the website. It is so popular. It is one of my favorite things I've ever purchased at the loft, and it is a satin bomber jacket. So I was in the loft earlier this year, I actually think it was springtime, and this was on a mannequin and I had to have it, ordered it, and I've been wearing it all summer long in restaurants because it's freezing cold. I wore this to a concert, an outdoor concert, because it was cool, believe it or not. I wore it to Milwaukee when I was visiting my daughter, and when it starts to cool off, this is going to be my go-to. So this is truly a satin bomber jacket. I have this on in the size small petite. It is available in regular sizes also. It has balloon sleeves that you can just easily push up. They're not huge sleeves, which is something I cannot stand on a jacket. A jacket has to fit me really well for me to give it a thumbs up, and this is one of my favorites. Doesn't have a super high neck, and I just think this color, it's kind of like a, I don't know, like a mocha-y brown faded coffee color, is so perfect. It's luxurious, it goes with everything, it looks great with everything, and it is the sale price right now because Loft, as of this morning, has everything on their website on sale. So this is something you should grab for yourself. And another jacket that I did order from the Loft, and I haven't even worn it yet because I haven't needed it yet, is this little super thin jacket. It only comes in this one color, and it does have, it's called a ruffle collar bomber jacket. So very similar to the other one, but it doesn't have the balloon sleeves. They're just kind of straight, but there's the elastic here so you can easily push it up. It is a very thin jacket, not heavy at all, which is the way I love my jacket to be. There's bungees at the bottom so you can tighten it up if you want to, kind of like cinch it in. And all of the hardware, the zippers and the bungees, are gold. I just think it is an adorable little jacket. It has that kind of crinkled material to it. Although it's not loud and crinkly, it just looks kind of crinkly, and I just think it is adorable. It does come in regular and petite sizes. I have this jacket in a small petite. And again, this is the only color the jacket was ever made in, but I love this color for fall. So that was all I got at the Loft, but that was plenty. I love everything that I bought, and I got everything on sale, which was absolutely amazing. So then we came across Abercrombie & Fitch, and this is one of my husband's very favorite stores. So of course we had to go in. I didn't actually even look at anything for me. Abercrombie & Fitch is hit or miss for me. Sometimes I can find things, other times I can't, but because we were on a time limit, we had to be somewhere, we were just focused on him. And my husband, you all know this, that man will wear shorts year round. It has got to be, well, and actually sometimes it'll be snowing and he's in shorts, but he loves a hoodie, like loves a hoodie. He had on a hoodie this morning and it's 85 degrees outside. So we went to Abercrombie & Fitch and he beelined to the hoodies. So he picked out what is called the Essential Hoodie, and this is so soft. That's why he loves their hoodies. Every single time we are anywhere near an Abercrombie and Fitch, the man goes in and buys t-shirts and hoodies because he just says they have the best material ever. So soft. So this is just their men's essential hoodie, and he got it in this great kind of purpley lavender color and this great, I don't know what you call this, but I will list it down below. It's kind of like a faded-y, browny wood, sandalwood color. I don't know. But one of the things he loves about the hoodie is the little hook right here. He just thinks that is super cool. Plus they fit him really, really good. So we were in the dressing room forever, it seems like, at Abercrombie and Fitch, and Randy ended up getting a medium. And by the way, let me tell you my size and height and his as well, so you kind of have some reference point. I'm 5'2", I weigh 137. He's 5'9" and weighs 180, and he got a medium in the essential pullover hoodie. He also bought the classic essential tee. This is just your typical weight t-shirt. It is not a heavyweight tee. He got it in an extra large. So Abercrombie and Fitch, their sizes, I still don't understand it. He just has to like try things on, but an extra large because he does not like a t-shirt tight. These are just buttery soft. They're great all around tees, come in a ton of colors, and this is your classic brown because I've been telling him that brown is the it color of the season. This kind of brown, espresso brown, and so he said, well, I gotta have the color of the season on, so he chose the brown in the essential tee. Then he got a classic white tee, and this is called the Heritage Heavyweight tee. You can see in the material here, it is definitely heavier weight, but he loves this too, especially in the fall when it's starting to cool down. And in a white tee, he will never wear just a white tee when it's thin because he always says you can see through it. So Abercrombie and Fitch's heavyweight tees are one of his favorite things, and he got this one in also in an extra large. It's just your classic men's t-shirt style top, but in a heavyweight material. So we're done at Abercrombie and Fitch. And by the way, side note, when we were in the store, there was not a single sale. We even asked the guy when we were checking out, is anything on sale? And he said no. We got home that night and everything on their website was up to 30% off, and it still is today. So I'm learning that even though I love to shop in store, it's hard to find your size. Online has better prices than in the store. I do not understand this, but it is true. So if you're seeing something in this video, I recommend you just go online and order it, because if you go to the store, you're not going to get as good of a price, or they're not going to have your size, which is basically what happened to me in the loft. So then we go upstairs in the Green Hills Mall to Ave. And I am a new shopper to Ave. I see the store every time I'm there. I go in, I browse around, I see so many things that I want. But in the Green Hills Mall in Nashville, Ave is kind of like tucked back in a corner. It's not out in the main part of the mall. So I tend to always go in there last because it's like on my way out. And at that point, I've already, got so many things that when I get to Ave, I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't, I don't need to buy all this stuff. But regardless, Ave, if you're not familiar, the best way for me to describe it is classy pieces, super classy pieces, but trendy. They are so on trend. I mean, I love the store. I go in there and everything I see, I want to buy it. It is one of my favorite stores ever. Ave can be on the pricier side. Not going to sugarcoat that. It absolutely can, but their pieces are quality. They're trendy and classic, but not going to go out of style. You can wear these pieces for at least a couple of years. And this top is the perfect example. So this is like an inside out short sleeve sweatshirt in kind of a vintage washed black. And when I saw this, like, I knew instantly I had to have it because I wanted to wear it with these little bungee pants. that I got at the loft. Now, I didn't try on any pants in Ever Eve simply because I did not have time. We had 20 minutes and we had to be in the car headed to the other side of town for dinner. So my husband was like, let's go, let's go, let's go. And the two women that were in there helping me were so helpful. I don't even think I could have gotten all this stuff without their help because they were bringing me sizes and showing me things. But I went in Ever Eve and I got 4 things. Number one, the sweatshirt, which I am in absolute love with. Hits me right here at the elbow. It is the perfect weight, not too heavy, but I can absolutely wear it this winter. And I just think it's so unique with the kind of fuzzy stuff on the outside. It has the cinching at the waist, just like a typical sweatshirt would, and it fits so great. It has the diagonal cut here with the drop shoulder, and I think on their website it comes in several different colors. This is the vintage wash black or kind of a charcoaly color. And as soon as I walked in the door at Ever Eve, I spotted this shirt and grabbed it. It was a done deal even before I tried it on. And this is called the 2 for T. So it's a gray t-shirt that is almost sort of like a thin sweater material, but a t-shirt cut. It has the drop shoulder, and then there is a white t-shirt that is part of it actually attached underneath. So you see the trim of the white in the sleeves and at the bottom of the shirt, and it is not too long because I'm petite. I'm 5'2". One of the worst things I can ever put on is a t-shirt that is too long. This one fits me to perfection, and I love this look. It is so hard to achieve this layered look with actually putting on 2 shirts, and this one does it for me. I don't have to think about it. It is so cute, and I'm in love with this. I did get this in a size medium, and it fits me perfectly. And the little sweatshirt I have on, I don't recall what size it is, but it'll be listed in the description box next to the link. But back to the twofer. Love the name too. So it has that drop shoulder design. Look at that swing. You can just tell how well this is made, like the super quality in Ever Eve. And that's what I love about them. All the clothes, when you touch them, you can tell the quality. Like you can feel the quality. It is such good stuff. And it needs to be to warrant the price, but I picked out basics, I got classics, and I know this year, next year, and probably even the next year, because they're just classic pieces. They're not going to go out of style. I'll get my money's worth out of these for sure. Another piece that I grabbed the minute I walked in the door was this little sweatshirt. So that's what it looks like. It's not a sweatshirt material. It's kind of a mix between a sweatshirt and sweater material, if you can kind of get a grasp of that, but it is super stretchy. I love the stripes, love the color. It is wine and white, and along the waistband, the stripes are kind of a different pattern, and along the neck as well. Again, drop shoulder. Drop shoulders are my thing. They are so flattering on. The way the top lays and the way that it makes you look, a drop shoulder is it. So when I see a drop shoulder, like I'm in for sure. But this sweatshirt is absolutely adorable. You're not going to find anything like this on Amazon for sure. And the unfortunate thing is, the sales lady was telling me when I was trying this on, they had just gotten it in the store that morning and they steamed them and put them out. And when I got home, I went to find it for you so I could provide a link to the Ever Eve website. I'm not seeing it on the website yet. So I don't know if it just takes a while for things to show up online or if this was an in-store only thing. Not quite sure, but this is a good one. I promise I'll keep looking for you. And I put a link to the Ever Eve website below so you can keep an eye on it for yourself. And I really don't know what you call this other than 3/4 sleeve striped sweatshirt, which 3/4 sleeves, count me in, right below the elbow. Absolutely love it. I did get this little shirt in a size small and it fits me so cute. This is going to be really perfect with some dark denim this fall. So about this time, my husband is standing in Ever Eve going, we gotta go, like we need to be in the car right now. And I love Ever Eve's jewelry. I have some bracelets that I bought from there a couple years ago that are not available anymore, but I wear them all the time. And I also have this necklace that I got in Ever Eve last year. I don't know that this version of the necklace is still available. I was looking at a smaller beaded version of the same necklace. They had it in brown, red, green, and I think there was one other color. And like every so many brown beads, there was a gold bead. And because it was a lot smaller and daintier, I felt like I could wear it more often. And I could not decide what to get. I was just flustered out. He was saying, let's go, let's go. And I had all these clothes and I couldn't decide what to do. But I'm going to link the new version of the necklace below for you so you can check it out. And I've got to decide which one I want for myself and either order it online, or I have to go back to Nashville in a couple weeks for another appointment, and I know that I'll be back in Ever Eve. But I just love their jewelry. Classic, yet always in style, something that you can just wear and wear and wear and absolutely get your money out of. And honestly, their jewelry is very reasonably priced. Clothes, a little more on the high end, but jewelry is so reasonable. So the reason I wanted to get the little brown necklace, that's the color I was leaning toward, was to go with this chocolate brown relaxed shoulder tee. See how adorable that is? It has rolled sleeves, drop shoulder, relaxed shoulder, that's the key. It's not too choky in the neck, and it's a great thickness, a great quality t-shirt, and it is so hard to find the perfect brown t-shirt that when I saw this one, I knew I had to get it. And now that I have it home, it actually looks really cute with the necklace that I have. So I can wear gold, which you all have seen this over and over, or I could wear brown and with some dark denim, some little sneakers. I have some brown loafers from last year. This is going to be so cute. I don't remember if this tee came in other colors or not, but you can check it out on their website, and I got the tee in a size small. So that was all of our shopping because we had to get on the road. And of course, what happens? We hit traffic. So we're trying to get from Green Hills Mall, which is in the Vanderbilt-ish area, if you're familiar with Nashville, over to the Germantown area, to a restaurant called Pilato. And there are two Pilato restaurants in Nashville, one in Germantown and one in Franklin. And we were going to the Germantown restaurant. So earlier this summer, I was introduced to Pilato because we saw Post Malone in concert at Nissan Stadium, kind of in downtown Nashville. And my daughter and my son-in-law went with us, and my daughter found this restaurant, made us reservations. I didn't even know what I was walking into, and we were all blown away. Incredible restaurant. So when I knew we were going back to Nashville for an appointment, instantly my husband was like, we have to go to Pilato. So I made us reservations, and reservations highly recommended because this place is so popular. You are not going to be able to walk in. And we were there on a Thursday, and this place was packed. So let me explain Pilato. Pilato is an Italian restaurant. Everything is fresh and homemade. It is a bustling, happening restaurant that has the coolest vibe to it, and everything is small plate. So when you sit down and they bring you the menu, which it's a pretty substantial menu, very eclectic, but it definitely has an Italian flair, lots of pastas, they tell you that they recommend each person order 2 items off the menu, and when you place your order, you order everything you want at once, even if it's from the appetizer menu, a salad, I don't even know if they have soups, there's entrees, there's pastas, you order it all in one go, and then the kitchen sends out items as they're ready in the order that they recommend you eat them. And everything you eat it kind of family style. So everybody at the table orders, the stuff comes out in layers and layers and layers, and you just share and eat. So each portion is, well, it kind of depends on what the dish is, but each portion is, it's enough for like 2 or 3 people to have a little bit of it, but then you have all these other things. So when we were there this summer, we ordered the garlic bread with melted Parmesan. Just think about that description. I did not know what we were getting, but let me tell you what, this might be one of my favorite things on the menu. All of us, the first time I went with my daughter and son-in-law, and then last week with just my husband, we are lapping up this melted Parmesan. Imagine a mashup of melted Parmesan, if you can kind of grasp that, and an Alfredo sauce. So it's thicker than an Alfredo, but definitely it's got that cheese pull in it, but it's dippable or smearable. So they bring you these garlic bread slices, and you put this melted Parmesan spread on the garlic bread. Oh, It is to die. I was scraping my bread on the inside of that bowl to get every single morsel of that melted Parmesan. It is incredible. And it's on their starter appetizer menu. Definitely start with that, but you are going to want some left with your entree, your pasta. So maybe think about ordering 2 of those. Randy wanted potato croquettes, which are like kind of potato patties that have been breaded and sauteed or fried so they're crispy, but the inside is full of a mushy, like a mashed potato mixture. They're really good, but I was over there eating the bread. He was more interested in the potato croquettes. And then we ordered a salad, and I don't remember what it was called, but if you go to their website, you can see the menu, and I will link Pilato down below along with the address. So if you're ever in Nashville, you can definitely find them and get a reservation. But we ordered a salad. It was an Italian salad. It had lettuce, sliced salami, cubes of fresh mozzarella, garbanzo beans. It had peppers. It had kind of a almost like a spicy Italian vinaigrette. It was delicious, very light and refreshing, but so full of flavor. I think there were tomatoes in it as well. There may have been olives, maybe, I don't remember. It was just, we ate the entire salad. Then it was time for our entree to come out. So we got chicken Parmesan, and it is a huge, I mean, it was really big piece of chicken that was big and thin, and they had pounded it so it was tender, and it was rolled in all the breadcrumbs and sauteed with the tomato sauce and the melted cheese. So good. So we're eating chicken parm. I've got my garlic bread with the melted Parmesan, and we've got potato croquettes, and we are stuffing our faces. And I will tell you, their cocktails are amazing. When we were there this summer, I had like a lemon drop martini. We all had cocktails, like espresso martinis. My husband, I don't remember who had what, but I had 2 of the lemon drops because they were so good. We did not get a cocktail this go just because it was me and my husband and we had to, drive 2 hours home. But if you're at Pilato, definitely get a cocktail. So when it's time for dessert, that is the only thing that you don't order with the rest of your meal. They bring you a dessert menu, you order at that time, and they bring it out. So this summer we had an assortment of desserts. They have like specialty ice creams. We had a layered bourbon something or other. I honestly don't remember what it was, but I did see somebody eating it. And this summer we got a cannoli dip with fried chips of some sort, and it was delicious. But this visit, I kind of narrowed down our options and told my husband to pick, and I don't remember what these are called, but they are balls of dough that are fried and then put into a brown paper bag with a ton, and I mean a ton, of powdered sugar. And they shake the bag, so when you pull out this warm, hot, crispy, like hot dough ball, it is coated in powdered sugar, and the dough balls have some kind of citrus, almost like a faint lemony orange essence to them, and they're hot in that sugar, and they are delicious. So they bring them out to you inside the paper bag, and there was like 5 or 6 of the balls in there, and we were just in heaven. We stuffed our faces. I'm not joking. And Pilato, honestly, for the quality of food that you're getting, and all of the food that you're getting is very reasonably priced. And the vibe in there at the restaurant is just the coolest place. Everybody in there is like super hip, and there's parties of people. People are celebrating. There's couples who are being romantic. If you're there for a reason, like a birthday, an anniversary, any kind of celebration, they bring you out this huge, it looks like a candle, but it's an actual like firecracker sparkler. It's about this tall. They put it in a glass and they come out and it's sparkling and it's on fire and everybody stops and looks. It's just a great restaurant. Absolutely all around fabulous, great restaurant. So that was our trip to Nashville. I cannot wait to tell you what my appointment was about. That will be a whole video by itself because it's something that I have been wanting to do for about the past 10 years. Seriously, 10 years, and I'm finally doing it. So yeah, I can't say much more. I'll give it away, but that'll be coming up it may take a month or 2 for me to get that video. Actually, it's going to take more than a month. It may be 2 months for me to get everything happened and situated and me to be comfortable with it and, you know, all this stuff, and I'll be sure to share it. But that was our trip to Nashville. That was our shopping haul in the Loft, Ever Eve, and Abercrombie and Fitch men's. We had a great day, and I hope you enjoyed seeing what all we bought and where we ate and what we did. See you later.